Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. The stamp set that I've used is called Lotus Blossom, and it is one of the stamp sets that's available free as part of Sale-a-Bration 2015. Started on 6th of January and goes on to the 31st of March, and basically if you spend £45 on products, you can choose from a small brochure of a selected exclusive products, and this is one of them. And I have to say, I love using this. If you've watched my videos before, you'll have seen me use this. Anyway, the card pieces that you need, there aren't many. Melon Mambo card base, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8 inches, scored and folded down the middle. A layer of our patterned vellum. We do this in gold or silver, and you get 3 different designs. You get the spots, you get diagonal lines, and also little hearts. The next piece you need, oh no, I didn't tell you what size that was. That is 4 1/8 inches by 5 7/8 inches, and this is Melon Mambo, which is 5 by 3 1/4, Whisper White, which is 4 7/8 and 3 1/8, and I think I've got something wrong in the measurements there. I will put it on the screen once when I do the editing, but something slightly wrong there. Right, okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I stick my vellum to my cardstock. The problem is with vellum, you can see the glue through it. When I cut my piece of vellum out, I made sure that when I was going to adhere it to my cardstock, that I had some dots all the way round, so that I could put my glue on there to hold it down. I use Tombow glue, and I just use a very, very small amount. Just wipe my fingers there. Just a very small daub of this. I'll do the ones in the centre first. Make sure that you can see how much I'm using there. Okay. And that on all the big ones, all complete dots, shall we say. And then on the outside, just a little bit as well, all the way round. You will be able to see that there is glue underneath this to start off with, but when it dries, it all goes flat. So when the glue is wet, it leaves little like dimples on the vellum. There we go. See the little dimples there? As it dries, they will disappear. The next step is to do the stamping. Let's bring that one in, move that one out. And I'm going to put my piece of scrap paper down. This is the flower part. It's 3-step stamping. The stem is 2-step. First of all, I'm going to do the Happy Birthday, which comes from the Butterfly Basics stamp set. This is a new set that's in our spring-summer catalogue. I am extremely fond of these photo polymer stamp sets because it is so much easier to get these straightened up. In fact, having said that, the first bit I will do on my grid paper. So I'm lining my Whisper White piece up with my grid, and I can see through this stamp so I can make sure that the B and the Y come right down towards the base. I can make sure that the side of the B doesn't come off my paper, and because I've got lines going across, I can make sure that happy is straight, so it's going to be spot on. And I'll try not to get my head in front of the camera. Right, let's have a look. I think that was okay. Yes. The next part is to do the 3-part stamping with the flowers, and Stampin' Up recommend that you start with the dark small one, which is reversed to the way we normally do it, and I have tried doing it with the light big one first, and I can't really see any difference. It works whichever way you do it. I still do it so that the way Stampin' Up say, because that's the way I started doing it, and I'm just used to doing it that way now, but it really isn't crucial. Also on these stamps, Stampin' Up put a little like tab on all of them. Again, I'm not quite sure why they've done that. I mean, it is nice of being really helpful to us, but because it's photopolymer, you can see through, and you know, you line up from there. So I'm going to do 2 flowers. So to start off with this one, I'm going to do it straight up, and then the second one, I'm going to turn my paper slightly and have it round here. So the next flower, number 2, I'm going to stamp off once. I did try using different kinds of pinks, but I didn't find that any of them looked as good as Melon Mambo does by being stamped off. Okay, so that's stamping that one off and then lining up again. I don't know if my head's in the camera here, but with the photopolymer you do need to be able to actually look down on them. No, that's okay. And then the third one, I'm going to stamp off twice. So it's once, twice, and then do it. That's once, twice, there we go. Really beautiful stamp, I do love it. Right, I'm going to leave that open for the moment. Now I'm going to do the stem. This is a little bit fiddly on the card that I've decided to do because I want different length of the stems, but it's okay, it works, it's not terribly messy or anything. So the first stamp I'm using is the the not solid stamp, and I'm going to aim it so that the top of the stem is going to come just underneath the open bit of petal there. One of the cards I did it so that the green came up onto the flower, and it didn't look very nice at all. So that's that one. And then for the next one, because I don't want a full stem, I'm just doing it so that I've got some left over from the top here. So I'm going to hold that up while I stamp it, and then I will continue to hold it while I'm positioning it onto my cardstock. I hope I haven't gone too high. No, if anything, that's a bit too low, but I'd much rather it did that than too high. And then this is a solid one, which goes on top. But again, because I'm using same colour, I'm going to stamp off once. And then again, because I don't want it all the way, leaving that bit out, standing up again, and hold it up while I ink it and pop it on top. Oh, stamp off. That's good. So that's that bit done. Now with this stripy bit here, I've actually made a mistake. It should have been just Melon Mambo, but it already had Melon Mambo ink on it, and then I put it into the old olive, and I like that, so I'm going to see if I can replicate it again. Don't know whether I'll be able to. This is a clean stamp. I've cleaned it. I don't want to put it straight in there, so I'm going to stamp off and then see what would happen. Yes, that's good. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so I'll put the Melon Mambo on it, stamp it off, and then put old olive. And then I just did it, in fact I'm going to turn it the other way around as I can't get my head over it, and I just leave a little triangle poking out the top of this stamp, and then I go down. Yes, I do like that. Once I've finished, I'll show you the first one I did in pink, where it is all pink across here, and you'll be able to see and make a decision yourself which one you like better. Let's close the inks up. So I'm going to mount this onto here with my snail. A little bit further down. That's better. And then to pop it onto my card front, I'm going to use dimensionals. I'll do my usual, one in each corner, one in the middle. Right, and then I just pop that at an angle. In fact, I'm going to try this one putting straight. You'll see why. I'm going to show you the other ones that I've been making. And I've done them all at a jaunty angle, shall we say. Okay, so that one's straight. Let's move that out of the way. Right, the first one that I did was this one, and I did like that until I saw the difference between those two. So you can see that and judge for yourself. The other thing that I didn't like about this one is that I took the vellum right to the edge. This has got a tiny, you see the vellum, the card base underneath, and I do think that that looks better. So you can see that and see what you think about it. And I'll just show you these as well, because this is where I was experimenting with the different kinds of backgrounds. Let's move the pink out of the way for a moment. Okay, so this was the first one I did, and this is very much the same as what we've just done. like we've got the little bit of the cardstock showing through here, and that's the same. And then this one I did, I put some, this is Elegant Eggplant, this cardstock, and I put some underneath this vellum, but I put it onto a white card, so you had the white edging around it. And then this one I did the reverse. I had it on Elegant Eggplant, but behind the vellum I put a piece of Whisper White. So there was quite a lot of playing around there. I had great fun with it, I have to say. But the one that I really do prefer out of all of them is definitely this one, because I think I like the straight, but this is more relaxed to have it jaunty. Anyway, that's my video for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'll be happy to help you. If you've enjoyed watching my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button at the top right hand side of the screen. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here, please click on the link below and that'll take you straight to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio!